So we're just taking off from Baden-Baden, Germany. Heading to Wiener Neustadt, Austria. Gonna go hang out with Diamond tomorrow.
Echo, immediately to the right.
210, Echo uniform.
So what's the status on the fuel?
Yeah, we have to be patient. That's literally what he told me.
Did you tell him that the airport we're going to closes soon and we have to be in the air in like 20 minutes?
He didn't. He wasn't interested.
So it's kind of interesting. They've got all these hangars here that are just covered in grass and potentially look like they're maybe straight out of World War II. I don't know.
Geht mir einfacher.
We are trying to fix the flight plan. So
it's broken?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Direct. Hello.
So they could tell us it was broken.
Like there's something wrong with it.
And it's hung up on us. So
Here and then somewhere over Austria we're gonna convert to VFR.
Right.
And then just.
So the only instrument approach that they have at what is it, Wiener Neustadt?
Yep.
Is this?
Look at you being a nice little germ.
Oh yeah. The only approach they have at Wiener Neustadt is this sort of like circling approach, but they won't let you complete the approach technically IFR. So you have to cancel IFR when you descend below the minimum descent altitude on this approach. And so as a result, we have to file a Yankee flight plan, which instead of a IFR or VFR flight plan is simply a IFR flight plan that at some point changes to VFR in this case when we get to wherever we want. Or no, it's not a thing in the US. You just cancel IFR. We keep things simple. And like in the US, if you go to an airport that doesn't have a instrument approach procedure, all you have to do to file IFR there is have an alternate. And so like you can still do it and everything, but here they just won't even let you go there on an IFR flight plan. It's crazy.
Got November 210 Echo Uniform, request IFR clearance to Lima Oscar Alpha November.
Yeah, this is November 210 Echo Uniform, you clear to Lima Oscar Alpha November, via the Galaxy 5 departure route, climb initially flight level 70, squawk 6733.
Yeah, can you just say again, was it the Galaxy 1 or 5?
Galaxy 5, Papa.
Okay, we're cleared to the Lima Oscar Alpha November Airport via the Galaxy 5 Papa departure. Then flight plan route, maintain flight level 70, squawk 6733, November 210 Echo Uniform.
November 210 Echo Uniform, correct. Gunnarsson 1016, Information Uniform, Google.
Okay, we need 328 feet per nautical mile until 5,100. So yeah, so we're going to be 210 to 8 DME, left-hand turn to intercept this other course. It should all be in the GPS, and there are no altitude restrictions or anything on it, so.
November 210 Echo Uniform and 210 degrees 4 knots, runway 21 not clear for takeoff, and the airport frequency is traceable with the 119.575. You have a good flight, sir. Goodbye.
Clear for takeoff, runway 21, now we have the frequency, November 210 Echo Uniform. Good day. Alright, there we go.
Correct, Delta Echo Golf. You have the departing Cessna 210 in sight on the runway?
Cessna in sight, Echo Golf.
Delta Echo Golf behind the departing traffic light, runway 21 behind.
Delta Echo Golf, line up 21 behind.
Correct.
Sandberg approach, November 210 Echo Uniform, 1000, climbing flight level 70 on the Galaxy 5 Papa.
November 210 Echo Uniform, bonjour, climb flight level 70.
Flight level 70, Echo Uniform. Passing 5,000 feet, we'll switch to standard pressure.
And it was 210 on the heading, right?
It's 210 track, so just follow the line.
Delta Golf Delta,
track.
fly heading 320.
What's that?
Delta Golf Delta, left heading
It's a 210 track from, climb on 210 bearing from Kilo Bravo Alpha to DME 8 from Kilo Bravo Alpha. Turn left, intercept the 085 bearing from Sierra Echo. Intercept the Sierra Tango Golf radial 261 outbound to Galaxy. So just follow the line. Okay. Got some mountains on every side, really. Mostly to the east, though.
So is that France over the river?
Yeah. Yep. I think that's, what is it, the Rhine?
November Echo Uniform, set call direct Rixhead.
Direct Rick, that's your confirm.
I love how windy the roads are.
Control November 210 uniform with a request.
Go ahead.
We'd just like to know what's the latest we can fly into Lima Oscar Alpha November, and whether you're able to help us with that.
I have to check, I'll call you back.
Thank you.
We're gonna fly directly over my ex's house, like 100%.
November 210 Echo Uniform, Stuttgart.
Go ahead, sir, uniform.
November the uniform, the latest landing time at Lima Oscar Alpha November is 1926 local.
English 80 in on Tango 020.
12 minutes?
British Helicopter Echo Bravo identified.
I mean, we can't really go
701,
any
you can travel
faster.
80.
What's that?
We can't make up 12 minutes.
Well, what are they gonna do if we're a few minutes late?
Traveling 5 Hotel Hotel, reduce
Not
speed
let
to
us out of the
50.
airport. Or like,
5 Hotel Hotel, reduce the speed to 250 knots.
They like arrest us or something. I don't know. You can try calling them and sweet talk your way in German.
Well, I'm down for a little cheeky arrest.
That's a good point, because if you can talk and tell them we're 12 minutes, so it might be.
This guy sent some photo of some chart that claims to back up his claim of
Coming to Victor Charlie,
1956 local.
identified
So I think it's definitely worth calling them.
November
Control November 210, uniform flight level 70.
November 210, Echo Uniform, München identified. And November Echo Uniform?
Go ahead.
I can offer you direct destination, Wiener Neustadt, at level 100. So would you mind climbing to flight level 100 to transit our Munich TMA?
Yeah, that'd be great. Flight level 100 direct for Wiener Neustadt, sir.
So, are we worried about getting in time?
Yeah, we probably won't make it.
I mean, I think we'll be fine if we landed 12 minutes late.
November 210, Echo Uniform, München.
Direct uniform, go ahead.
Are you interested in further climb in order to gain some speed?
Zurich uniform, I don't think it's going to help us, unfortunately.
Roger, so maintain flight level 100.
Flight level 100, Zurich uniform.
Should control November 210 uniform.
Go ahead.
Just wondering whether you're able to help us. Looks like we're going to be about 12 minutes late for Lima Oscar November, Wiener Neustadt, and just wondering whether it would be okay for us to arrive after their closing time.
Okay, that is a question I can't answer. You can check maybe with your cell phone on your own with the airport.
Do you have a phone number for them?
Second.
Yeah, we've tried a couple different numbers and haven't been able to get through to anybody. Do you happen to have a phone number for them or for the control tower there?
I will ask and let you know.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, 70 knot crosswind right now. But only we had that from the back.
November 210 Echo Uniform. Go ahead.
We just called us, so your latest landing time in St. Anton will be 1755. That is the latest possible.
Yeah, that will work.
Yeah. This feels very similar to the US right now. The way that they're dealing with IFR traffic. Just because there's no like, oh, do you want this service, do you want this service?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's fine.
They're not vectoring us around airspace or anything.
You know, the only place you're going to get that is the UK.
So on long instrument flight plans, do they usually abbreviate your clearance? Like they're not going to call out every waypoint.
Most of these places aren't going to accept your flight plan if it's not like what they're going to give you. In general, you'll just be cleared by a flight plan route. So we're here at 8,000 feet, just cruising along on our way, on the last flight that I'm joining for, on the way to Wiener Neustadt, Austria. We're going to do a little in-flight Q&A. Somebody said, have you bought the airplane or is it rented? Really cool series, by the way.
Louis owns the airplane. He bought it.
Yeah. They saw you speaking German on Instagram. How many languages do you speak?
There's a video on my channel you can check out if you want to know that. It's called How Many Languages Do I Speak?
What's your next big flight adventure?
Has this inspired you to do more?
Maybe. I mean, I think I'm definitely going to try to do more like, you know, Greenland, Iceland, that kind of thing, Northern Canada. I don't know exactly when, probably next summer. But yeah, I think that'd be I definitely need to do that.
I think what you should do, what will be great for the aviation community, is to have an annual trip where like all the YouTubers come, Steve O'Knievel, Steve Thorne, you, and then just go on a trip somewhere.
So what is the funniest thing that has happened to you recently?
Matt peeing in the plane. That was hilarious.
What sort of preparation do you guys go through to be ready to fly to different airports in different countries? How different are procedures / rules?
I think that's a whole video in itself.
In short, they're a little different everywhere. A lot of the stuff is the same, so you just kind of show up, try to figure out how to file a flight plan, things like that, and just take it one step at a time. So we're almost to the airport. I think this is probably a good one to end on. What so far has been something you will remember the most about this trip?
Flying over the Greenland ice cap.
Oh
yeah. Just flying at Greenland in general for me was just like that. I don't know if we're going to beat the landing we had in Greenland in terms of epic scenery, like the mountains, the icebergs as we were coming in.
Right, and also just like, I mean, I would say like the whole of northern Canada going to Greenland, because you just get like, it's so remote, there's no one out there, you're like, you know, some of the only people in the world seeing that.
That sunset flight we did, and the sun was setting for like 3 hours.
Right.
And it just felt so epic. It felt like we were just...
November Echo Uniform?
Oh.
Go ahead, sir, confirm.
November Echo Uniform, you can expect the runway 09er with a long final, if you like.
Copy that for 09, and we, yes, that's affirmative, we have the field in sight, sir, confirm.
November Echo Uniform, just to confirm, you're cancelling IFR now?
Can we cancel?
Yeah, we can cancel.
Yeah, sure, we'll cancel the IFR now.
November Echo Uniform, roger. IFR cancelled now at time 1730, and further VFR descent is approved.
VFR descent approved and IFR cancelled, sir.
November Echo Uniform, you may contact Wiener Neustadt now on 12265. Goodbye.
12265, and have a good night, sir.
Thank you, same to you.
We're supposed to land by 7:30?
No,
yeah,
they said 7:55.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is a pretty incredible view too.
Yeah.
Circling down through the mountains at sunset. Pretty epic.
So typically, would have we dropped altitude sooner?
Well, so the problem is these mountains here, so we just couldn't go. We had to kind of stay up and then come down once we get to the valley here.
November Echo Uniform, wind via everyone north, runway 09, landing at on discretion. Direct, please.
It's land 09. 0 confirm.
There's Diamond.
Yep, lots of them.
November Echo Uniform, welcome at Wiener Neustadt East, your landing time 37, your flight plan is closed, and please park your aircraft on the right wing beside the Hotel Bravo Papa, Quebec.
Well, time to use your trucks again. Yeah. Oh.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah?
We know we're at a Diamond in Hallman. The strap is made for a low wing.
So JP, how's that veganism working out for you?
This is the best vegan Wiener Schnitzel I've ever had in my life.
So we just landed in Wiener Neustadt. Of course, like one of my favorite things in the whole world, as you guys know, are airport restaurants. So this airport has 2 airport cafes. Thank you so much. Good food, great place. Maybe we'll check out the other restaurant tomorrow. So we just hit up all these airport restaurants. Today we're here in Wiener Neustadt, Austria, at Diamond Aircraft. We're gonna go fly the DA62.
Neustadt aus von der Ausstellung Fox Kilo Alpha.
The engine is controlled by two engine control units, and now it switches to one, cycle the propeller, switches to the other one, cycling the propeller again, manually switches to the rotor, and finally the fuel pumps. Oscar Kilo Alpha, flugbereit 09.
Pretty fun place to go flying.
It's awesome out here. This is now an aircraft with this envelope protection. You see the double line here. So when you cross this double line, you will feel that you get a push back on the stick.
Sure. Okay. So if I just let go, it'll bring it back to about 30 degrees there.
So I switch off the critical engine, the left one.
Check gear.
Okay, so it automatically feathers it.
Okay, switch on the other again. Oh, if you fly less than 85 knots. Feathers, and here we go.
Lokalflug, beginnend mit Alpha, bitte Abfluginformationen.
Ja, 09 in Betrieb, Cornelio zu resting.
You want to fly a store? Sure. Okay.
Check gear. Check gear.
Okay, so I give you landing configuration. Okay.
Okay, cool. Victor Sierra Oscar, good walk. Echo Victor Sierra Oscar, Echo Victor Sierra Oscar, SDR 50.
Tails very nicely.
That's pretty quiet. Just taxiing. These are just truly innovative airplanes. Mix them in the correct ratio finally in this mixture device and apply the correct amount of this mixture to this blue tape where we also lay down the fabric. Okay. So at the end we have wet fabric.
So the wet fabric has the blue plastic on one side?
Yeah. So with this is our handling.
Right.
Yeah. And then we, the workers pick it up from here and either laminate layer by layer to the mold, or I make a multi-layup on the table and transfer this multi-layup one time. On the DA40 fuselage we have only some carbon reinforcement around the cockpit. We have these reinforced foams. They're reinforced with carbon fiber and Dyneema.
Right.
So they absorb energy.
So this bends and then this absorbs the energy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
And this will be also here installed for the front seat. So it's not finished at the moment, but
that's very clever. I like that.
welding area is a rib with smaller holes to avoid that.
So these are the fuel tanks. It's cool because they're these individual little aluminum cells that are all just plumbed together, and then they just slide them in the wind.
Yeah.
So these are kind of my final moments with Baloo here, the plane. It's kind of crazy. We made it all the way here to Austria from Boston in this little 210, all the way across the ocean. It's still a little surreal, but this is the end of the trip for me. We'll leave the plane here for a week to do some maintenance, tune up a few things. JP is gonna head to Canada for a week to get some stuff done. Louis is running around Europe filming things. Sad to go, but now I gotta figure out how to like actually fly commercial. I've never flown commercial across the ocean before, and got so many bags. Gotta check all that. It's just such a pain in the ass. So we just dropped into this little restaurant called Food. It's got some traditional Austrian food. Got this awesome goat cheese appetizer, really sweet wine, and Tafelspitz, which is like boiled beef with all kinds of sides, and it's really good. And go explore Vienna a little bit, and then have to fly back to Boston in the morning. What is happening right now? They just shut down like this entire street and intersection.
And I was like, I was so sure.
We thought it was like somebody important coming through.
I was so sure it was going to be somebody
like some VIP. They're just shutting down the road for them, and it's actually a bunch of people for Friday night skating. Socks. I need those. I'm out of socks. So today I'm doing something I've never actually done before, and that is crossing an entire ocean on a plane that I'm not flying. So far it's pretty nice. It's been a little stressful.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard from the Vienna side as well on behalf of Air Berlin on our way to Boston. Flight time 7 hours and 45 minutes.
The food here is a little bit better than the Bonanza, and the ocean still looks pretty much the same. Thank you.
These berries or cheese?
Cheesecake. Thank you. So overall, I'd say this has been a pretty stressful experience, certainly compared to flying yourself. While business class makes it bearable, because the seat's pretty comfortable, you get all kinds of snacks, the food's great, and admittedly it is nice having a bathroom. I spent like 4 or 5, maybe 6 hours just waiting around, standing in line, carrying around heavy bags to the airport, going through checkpoint after checkpoint, stressing about whether they would even let me take all of my bags on the plane. It was just, it's an awful experience. I'm kind of surprised that it's like 2017 and they still don't have internet, but I mean, I don't have that on the Bonanza too, so I suppose I can't complain. We're like right in the tops of the clouds right now, so it's really bright outside. We're back in domestic airspace. It's actually kind of familiar. St. John's, Newfoundland is just off the right, or we just passed that. So that's where I flew from to the Azores when I was doing my trip around the world in the Bonanza. So it's kind of familiar route, but of course a lot higher and a lot faster, but I'd still rather do it in the Bonanza. More food. I like it better every minute. I thought we were basically done, and there's, I don't even know what this is. This might be the main course, I don't know. They keep bringing more bread, I love it. It's so weird because from up here you can barely even see the waves. It's so different from doing this down to like 10,000 feet. I broke the armrest.
Yo, you heading somewhere?